I clearly, if you haven't gathered from now, not married, not even in a relationship. Maybe because I wear glasses like these. I don't mean that. These are fucking cool, so go to hell. Speaking of cool, how about this? You know what's great, what never fails, is a denim jacket, like preferably on the darker side, with bright white, crisp white underneath, like this Knickerbocker sweater that has a pocket down here for no reason. Um, I mean, dude, you want to talk about relationship? A raw denim jacket, just worn in over the years. It just, you wear one of these, people look at you like, that guy's been on a fucking journey. It just looks like you've gone places, you know? I haven't really gone anywhere. I go on the road, I tell jokes, but this looks like I've conquered lands, vast plains of buffalo, bison, whatever we call them now. There's just something like, and maybe that's why I'm not in a relationship, because I value stuff like this. Or I'm so lonely that I have to value stuff like this, because I'm probably broken. I think that's what it is. I know I'm broken. And maybe that's why I can't get behind the idea of a forever type thing. Maybe I'm definitely afraid of it on one level. But a part of me thinks like it just might not be for everyone. Some people are not meant to be married forever or 20 years even. I just feel I don't like that feeling of being, I guess, locked down, even if it's with someone I know that I love. I just don't envision that sort of future. And I've been thinking that way since I was in my mid 20s probably, and it hasn't changed. I'm going to be 38 in 10 days. And I still think that way. So have I been wrong this whole time, or am I just a segment of the population? Again, this all might be coming from some deep-seated, unresolved commitment, love issue thing that is maybe now just hardwired into my thinking. And you know, if it is, maybe is it too late for that? Am I gonna have to undo all that and make myself want something that I genuinely don't think about ever? So the answer to the question, what song do I want played at my wedding? Whatever they play at funerals. No. I think that this one, I genuinely, since I'm not going to force myself to have an answer, like, if I got married, I'd want, because it wouldn't be genuine. I would just be thinking, what do other people play? I always have heard the song January Wedding by Avett Brothers, and thought that that was such an upbeat, sort of fun story about how these people are getting married. And granted, I've not dug deep into the lyrics. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's like a Born in the USA thing, or where you're like, hey, wait a minute, this is the opposite of what it sounds like. But I don't know. That song always just was like, yeah, they're getting married, and I'm for it, and I am for it. I love when people get married if that's what they want. Don't invite me to your wedding. George Clooney is doing it right, and I know that seems like an unfair example because he is incredibly good looking and rich and famous and can kind of just do whatever he wants whenever he wants. But there are a lot of people doing it his way. He got married at 28 years old, and then that lasted 3 years, and then he was like, fuck this shit, and then didn't get remarried until he was 53. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the guy was clearly living a great life, and he would have probably done that anyway. I mean, I think certain people are just wired that way, and I would probably imagine more so now. I mean, the idea of, getting married young and having a family was kind of a one-sided thing. It was like back when men viewed women as like property, where it's like, we're getting married, you don't really have a choice in the matter, and you're going to pump out 7 kids, and I'm probably going to bang my secretary or whatever on the side. But it's 2020. I mean, people are getting married later and later. Men and women both are starting careers that are going into their 30s, and they're like getting married later, having kids later, or not at all. George Clooney was ahead of the curve, man. That should be one of his humanitarian achievements. Aside from Darfur and Haiti and Syria and all that stuff, figured out modern relationships early. That right there. Someone write a book on that. I think that's what that's what I probably should do, is not get married until I'm in my early to mid 50s. I'm just too fucked up in here. I can't. My mom even said this she said that even when I was like 2, 3, 4 years old, she's like, you never could sit still. You always had to go and do and try different, nothing could ever satisfy you. You always had to go, which to her explained why I'm, doing comedy for a living. And like, even I couldn't stand living in Los Angeles any longer. And so I moved to New York, and like, I can't even pick between the two. And that was this like moment of, this is revelation that I had for myself, where I was like, I don't need to pick. I can just do both. And weirdly, I feel more comfortable than I have in a decade. Just being able to come here and then go there and go back and forth, because I get what I need out of each one. One place is just not good enough for me. And it took me almost 38 years to figure that out. So maybe I'm just going to be married to that for a while.